Hello everybody, hope you're having a great day today. My name is Mr. Teen, and in today's video we are going to build a triple spawner XP farm. Now the reason why we are building the spawner today is that, as you can see, we have all these fancy diamond tools with mending on them, and currently our XP farm is just a single spider and it is really slow, so this is going to greatly speed us up. So here are the 3 spawners in the mineshaft. Here's the first one, just a cave spider spawner. This one, which we got lucky on, which is a zombie spawner. So a dungeon spawned right next to these two. So it is kind of not rare to find a double cave spider spawner, but it was pretty cool to find the triple. So this is our other cave spider spawner. So because these 3 spawners are roughly 1,000 blocks away from our base, we obviously have to use the nether. But somehow after I came back through the nether portal, we are about 200 blocks away from where we just were. So I'm going to have to properly link these things. We are now officially linked through the nether. This is our base portal, and this is a tunnel to our new portal. So I've done a ton of clearing, as you can see. Basically cleared out the space so we can see all of our spawners. And with these 3 pieces of gravel on the ground, I basically marked out the points where each of these spawners turn on. So if you do not stand on these 3 points, not all 3 of them will be on, basically. So if I were to step off, they should turn off. Just showing these 3, boom, boom, boom. Right here. Oh. Well, it looks like I missed a spot. Let's just change that real quick. Grab a piece of granite, and boom. So these are our 4 spots. So right now, if you see that far one was off, now that one's off. These 4 should be. So I'm gonna start out with making our zombie farm, which is actually going to be a drown farm. So we're using the zombie spawner, and we are going to be changing them into drowns by putting them underwater for about 30 seconds. The design I'm using is basically Silent Whisper's design. I'll have a link to his tutorial, but a little bit different just because of the way it's going to be set up, just like where the water goes. But basically, it's going to go up through the ceiling with a bubble elevator and drop them right in front of me where I can be standing and basically kill them. Now, the reason for this is that in Bedrock Edition, you can still get Tridents if you change them into drowns, which then we can make Trident killers for both of these spiders and for the future drown farm. So the drown section of the farm is done. I use Silent Whisper's design exactly. I don't have hoppers or anything, so that's why you can see some armor. But it's working pretty well. So basically, whenever zombies turn into drowns, they drop all of their gear. So if any zombies are wearing armor or holding anything, they'll immediately drop it, which is another benefit to this design. If you want to be able to build this, just look up Silent Whisper, or I'll have a link down in the description to his tutorial. Now, I need to get some looting, so this way we can get some tridents. Now, if you are curious to how this works, there is actually a waterlogged cobweb, which is only able to do in Bedrock Edition, which catches them and holds them until they become drowned. So even on Bedrock, tridents are still pretty rare, so I needed looting. So this is me just heading back to my base to grind up for some looting enchantment. So for this, for looting, I'm going to quickly craft up a diamond sword. Boom. And now we can check what enchantments we're going to get. Even though we don't have level 30, Bane of Arthropods, Force, Might, Fire Aspect, yeah. So not what we want, so let's go down, and we're going to have to grind up some spiders, enchant, disenchant, and then hopefully get looting on the next round. Come on, please, 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 please. Ooh, eluding 2. Okay, that's good enough. So as you can see, I'm actually down in levels at level 4 right now. I was up to level 30, came back enchanted with like a level 1, and then didn't get it, and then disenchanted, and didn't get it again, and I went through a bunch, but looting 2, I will take. I'm actually going to get some quick XP right now. Another good source of XP besides just like grinding things is actually trading with villagers, and since we have all this sugarcane, which we can turn into paper, we can go ahead and trade with these librarians pretty much infinitely. They will raise their prices if you trade with them too much, so probably limit it to like 2 a day, but we should go up to like, I would probably say level 6 or so, and we'll also get, you know, plenty of good emeralds. So I've grinded back up to level 30 with our spider grinder, and we can get our looting 2. Looting 3 would have been better, but, you know, we can combine this with our, you know, pretty decent sword with sharpness and stuff. Cost 18? 8, okay. Yeah, if you don't know, you can switch them around, and I don't exactly know how it works, but you can get different amounts of levels for different things. But now we have a pretty beastly sword, and it'll be great for our looting. So we are back at the new grinder. As you can see, when I break this torch, it'll initiate the farm. And with looting, hopefully we should be able to get a few tridents pretty quick. They basically fall down this hole, they get pushed up with a bubble elevator, and into our little kill chamber. When they come down here, basically they get stuck in that cobweb, as you can see, and then they'll land right in front of us. So as you can see, it is working very well. While it is slow to start, you will start to get a constant stream. I've AFK'd here for like 5-ish minutes just for this like kind of demonstration. Also, as you can see, there's actually more full spawning spaces. I don't know why I didn't know that, but let's go ahead and we can kill some of these guys and maybe get a few tridents right here. Oh, there's a trident. I saw some shells. 2 tridents already. So as you can see, this is a super good farm. We get tons of XP from it. And once we get our 2 spider spawners working, we're going to get so much XP. Also, the moment that they fall, they turn into drowns, which that's one of the reasons why I like this farm from Silent. It's just so perfectly timed. It's awesome. So I have grinded here just for a little bit longer, just a few minutes. I got a few levels, and as you can see, 7 new tridents, which is plenty to start our Trident killer. So the Trident killer design I'm using is based on a few people have done it, I think, but the tutorial I'm following is by Foxy No Tail, which I'll put in the description. Basically goes around and kills them with tridents, and we get all the XP and looting if we're holding our looting sword. So the Trident killer has been built. As you can see, basically it's a clock with the observers and the torches, and they power the pistons. Now this lever turns it on and off. So as long as I'm standing in these spots, I should be able to kill them. So basically you just throw the Trident down into the middle of the 4 pistons. The pistons push it around in order, and we'll just kill mobs. So let's just go ahead, throw one in there. Shouldn't really matter where, as long as I don't pick it up. And I should just be able to AFK at this position. You can see it's moving, and it will kill tons of mobs. And now we have our little collection system set up. It'll grab the items with the hopper minecart and pick them up. Breaking into these blocks, we have access to our spawner, and we are ready to turn this on once again. As you can see, zombies are falling down. It'll take a little bit for them to get all the way down here, but I can just stand here. Oh, whoopsie. I cannot stand there because I actually pick up the tridents, as you can see. But I'll be able to stand probably right here where I am right now, and then pick up all the XP, and the drops will go into our hopper minecart and down into our chest. So we are now in a creative testing world where you can see I built a bit of a Trident killer for these cave spiders. So the Trident killer we currently have for the drowns, it won't work just because of the way the heights are and stuff. I don't think it'll work. So I looked up some designs and I found this one, or at least something close to this one. I basically had to design this myself because the way that they did it, it wasn't a tutorial, but basically I just hooked up a clock, added a delay, and as we put the spiders in it, the Trident killer will work. It's a little bit fishy because, you know, the pistons on Bedrock don't always fire when you want them to. So it kind of just goes 1, 1, 1, 1, and then maybe you'll switch. But this does work. As you can see, they flow through. They're killed. If we have a collection system, we will get all of their drop. For the spider farm, I actually needed a little bit more soul sand, so I headed into the nether and picked up some extra just, you know, for future projects as well, because, you know, you never know when you need it. And there we have it. We have finished one half of the double spider spawner setup. So this is our Trident killer, and this is the one we just dug out. So, oh, there's a skeleton down there trying to shoot me. But basically the way they do it is that they flow down there. There is a 1 block gap where they can fall, or they go through, and then they get bubble elevated up here. That skeleton obviously was too high, so it wouldn't fit. The clock runs through over here. There's some bugs and tweaks I have to do, but we have a little collection system down here, and everything should be working now, which is pretty fantastic. We still have to build up the other half, but there's also a functionality where we can just slice them up with our sword if we so want to. Also, I've been running the drown farm just a little bit while I was making that, and we should have quite a few tridents, hopefully. Yeah, so we have probably about 10 more than we just had, which is just crazy awesome. Plenty of tridents that we'll need for quite a while, so I'm so happy we ended up building this. And 6 gold, 8 shells, just all around great, fantastic farm. Now on to the second spawner. Hi everybody, so before I show you the entire thing, I just heard some thunder, and since we have this trident with channeling, let's go have some fun. Unfortunately, I got a little bit cocky and had to take the walk of shame back to grab our stuff. Thankfully, however, the pigman was no longer mad at me and let me grab all of my stuff back. Okay, so back at our triple spawner, and this thing is all done and finished. We got the final spider spawner thing all set in, a few more bits and bobs we have to do, and we still have to decorate this place, which we're not doing in today's episode, but don't worry, we will definitely do that in the future. But I'm so happy that we got this finished, since now we have a pretty decent source of XP, and I'm super excited to use this. In fact, we should probably be able to set this up right now. And here it is, up and running. Currently I don't have the spider Trident killer working. I need to adjust it a little bit because it's not letting them in. But it is working. The spiders are flowing up. As you can see, the drowns are being killed and we can collect their XP. Not sure why that Nautilus shell came out, but it doesn't really matter. And we can get just tons of XP from both, or all three of these sources, and I am super, super happy. But with that, folks, we are all done for today. I very recommend you checking out the other episodes if you haven't of this series, and I will see you in the next episode. See ya.